Hey everyone, Ace is here to dive into the topic of timing commands in Grepolis. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to effectively time all of your commands in Grepolis so you can beat the ever-challenging anti-timer. I will be covering a brief introduction on how the anti-timer works, as well as sharing some insights and best strategies on the topic. Before we begin, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and look out for more of our content as we go through the basics of Grepolis. So what is the anti-timer? This is a mechanic hidden in the game that essentially randomizes your landing times. It adds a layer of difficulty to any player or alliance trying to coordinate attacks, providing some counterplay for less equipped players, but also an important skill check to the game. There is a 20-second window from -10 seconds up to a +10 seconds added onto the estimated landing time of your commands. I would recommend keeping the commands overview open when you are timing attacks so you can quickly recall and resend any commands that miss your mark. For example, when you are trying to land a successful siege on an opponent in a conquest world, you want to line up a bunch of land and sea offense seconds before your colony ship lands, and then line up a large amount of support only seconds after it lands in your enemy's city. Without the anti-timer, this would be an easy feat for anyone to accomplish, and larger players will have no trouble taking out anyone they want. But because of the anti-timer, players have a fair shot against anyone if they are well prepared to handle the timer themselves. Now that you better understand what the anti-timer is and why it is a main function of the game, let's talk about the best strategies to handle this mechanic, as well as some added tips and tricks to give you some more opportunities. When I'm looking to siege an opponent, I keep 3 simple windows up on my screen to help me accomplish this: the command overview, the attack planner, and the attack support command window. The goal here is to line up as many attacks or supports as closely as possible to the decided time. I will first lay out my attacks in the attack planner so I know which cities I will be using and when to send those attacks. When it is time, I will launch my attacks about 9 seconds before the estimated time. Now, look at the command overview for a quick check on the landing time. If it is way off, you will immediately recall and relaunch. Repeat this until you are happy with the landing time. One important tip to give you more chances is that you will want to keep some slow units in your city to give you more chances at hitting your perfect timing mark. You can start off sending your attack with a slow transport attached so that you are timing your attacks beginning with the slowest possible option. If you don't get a perfect time, that's no problem. Take the slow transport out of the command and wait for the next opportunity. Your other option for adding even more attempts to your timing commands are the different heroes and units that are capable of speeding up your movement. A hero like Atalanta or using units like the Sirens will add a large amount of chances in your arsenal. If your city is equipped with Atalanta, Sirens, slow transports, and fast transports, it will be extremely difficult to not land a perfectly timed attack. Now, timing commands are not always about sending units towards other players. Sometimes you will be the one under threat, and you need to know how to successfully dodge or snipe an attack. This is probably the most effective way to defend your city while losing the least amount of units. In Revolt Worlds, the only snipe possible for a colony ship attempt is a front snipe. This means landing a large defensive nuke the moment before a colony ship lands on your city, dodging their clearing attempts while only having to defend against the CS wave. Due to the anti-timer, if you are sending this from a different city than the one being attacked, you may need to take many attempts until you get that perfect landing time. If you are sending from your city under Revolt, you can utilize the recall button to time a perfect defense. Recalls will have no anti-timer attached to them. You could send out your defense at 9 seconds before the CS lands, dodging the clearing attacks. Then, recall it 4 seconds later, and it will take 4 more seconds to head back, landing at the 8-second mark, and almost perfectly landing a defense against their attack. In Conquest Worlds, you can front snipe or you can back snipe. A back snipe is when you utilize offensive units to land right after the colony ship lands. The enemy will take temporary siege of your city with most likely very few units, and your offensive troops can land moments after, destroying the CS before defense arrives, giving you back control of the city. Just be wary of the anti-timer. With sniping, it is very helpful to utilize the attacks overview and keep a good watch on incoming attacks and supports to know what you will need to do to defend your city. You can also be checking for the travel time of enemy attacks to look for a colony ship. If the travel times are too short and you think a CS is not coming, feel free to dodge all of your units by supporting another city, spending your resources, and using your favor. That way, the enemy will get nothing in return for their attack on you. As you can tell, timing your commands successfully is a high tactic maneuver and is an effective way to extinguish sieges. If you use these tactics and keep landing sieges and destroying colony ships, you will have a firm grasp on sniping opponents and be an extremely difficult player to take anything from, even single-handedly. Good luck and have fun using these tactics to crush your opponents.